Hello guys, and welcome back to this Trails in the Sky second chapter Let's Play with me, jrpg. In the last episode, we finished up the last mission here in Roland and found ourselves under the guise and under the mysteries of Blanc the Phantom Thief once again. But today, we're going to be making our way to Bose. We're going to heading out already, we sure are. We should always wait for the ship of the business roulette. No, we have done all things. Let us fly. I'll give the guildhouse a ring and call the other members of your team. So, there was a dragon a couple of episodes ago. And that very much feels like it's going to be coming up in this next upcoming chapter. I am, however, looking forward to seeing Marabella. Marabella? Is that the name of the mayor? She's great. She was one of the great characters in the last game. But here we are with Professor Russell.
I see. So now the gospel influencing people's minds, using the fog's particular matter as a medium to exert mental control over a large area. So, well, that settles one question at least.
Excuse me, Professor.
Cassius, you all talk. Good timing. Escaped Leyston, did you?
Yes, I finally managed to finish off a bit of work. I thought I would stop by to see how you're holding up. I forget all the voices, guys. I'm sorry if it's not consistent. Anyway, what's this? A report from your granddaughter?
Yes, it arrives express from Roland. Thanks to Tita's report, I'm quite certain of my theory now.
About the gospel, I'm assuming.
Yes, though ultimately still a hypothesis at this point. I've got it over and over again, both on the paper and with Capel, though I'm reasonably sure of this. Shall I go over it?
Absolutely.
Right then, So, what we've been calling the Gospel Ourbours shutdown phenomenon, tell me, what do you think it is, based on what you've seen and heard?
It's an effect that occurs to any Ourbours device located near the active gospel, chaining from one device to the other. And it renders these devices inert while a gospel is active. That seems to me how it works, at least.
Half right, half wrong. What you're describing is closer to an Ourbours anticept. That sorts out the internal growth circuits of an ornament to temporarily suspend its functionality. The phenomenon is grain generated by a gospel, however, is fundamentally different. It steals all the Ourbours energy formed in the orbit down to the very last joule.
So it's more of an Ourbours absorption phenomenon, then?
Yes, to make a comparison to the custom engineering, it's like siphoning out the petrol.
But wait, unless I badly misunderstand physics, that means gospel should absorb and store all that power, correct?
Good eye, lad. You've noticed a very important fact. So I've measured the gospel after it absorbs energy, but the gospel does not actually hold any of it. Not even a single EP's worth.
Is it possible that the energy is being bended into the wider environment?
No, not at all. The energy disappears completely, utterly, and quite impossibly thanks to thermodynamics. Furthermore, these new gospel Estelle's group has been encountering, every time they've encountered, they cause an unbelievable phenomena that even our best Ourbours engineering can't explain. It's unclear how they're causing such effects, but I can say one thing with confidence.
And that is?
They're too small. I can say in absolute certainty that any device enabling such a massiveness could not fit into the palm of one's hand. Even if the society somehow possesses technology centuries ahead of our own, nothing that small could contain that much potential energy.
And I'm starting to see where this is going. You're saying the gospels must be terminals then, an access point of some sort.
Exactly! The only function the gospel unit itself has is the ability to manifest an abnormal warp in a local orb field. The warp that resonates with the local Ourbours devices expands and draws energy from the devices. The energy that disappears through the warp. Well, no, it does not disappear. It is sent elsewhere.
Whatever is located elsewhere, capable of causing impossible effects we've seen. I hope I'm misunderstanding this.
I'm afraid you get a passing grade here, my old friend. The Society can use gospels to draw out and spread the power of whatever this thing is. Spreading the influence of a mysterious force. No wonder the Society named them gospels.
It's a good name. It must be said, it's a very good name. In that case, the nature of this thing bothers me. As you said, even the odd out of our pre-wars fiction or...
As far as that goes, I'm afraid I have no real clue. I've thought of a number of possibilities, but that would be poor speculation at this point. Now, Cassius, I will ask you the question I asked you 10 years ago. We're in quite the pickle. What do you need me to do?
Exactly the same words I asked you when you developed the patrol ship. Well then. Give me a biosuit. I am Iron Man. No, the key, I think, is to must lie in warp the gospel creates. Russell, can you develop some sort of plan or method to stopping the resonance, the spread?
Oh, I thought you'd ask that. I'm just about done with my current intervention anyway. I'll get to work on it as soon as I'm done with that.
Interesting. What this game does is it does filler, like it does the oh shit. It does the how would one put it? It does the back building and the meeting out of the subject in a very nice and palpable way. Right, we're going to be exploring this ship in just 1 second. So, as usual, I think I missed out on something here last time. I'm pretty sure I did. I've missed out on loads of these pirate jacks, but... Hey, is something wrong, Agade? It's nothing. You still wandering around the ship? Basically. Oh, you're from Revenue in the Bose region, right? This will be your first time back home in a while, then? It's been a little while, yeah. I did stop by the old place after the Queen's birthday celebration a while back, though. Hey, wait a second. Why are you assuming I'm going back home? Don't be embarrassed, you big old teddy bear. I've got a little sister back in Revenue, right? You mentioned her once. You must be the biggest softie when it comes to, hey. Yeah, what the heck is Revenue in your what the heck in Revenue is your house anyway? I don't remember any girl who stood out as Gaddy's little sister when we were investigating Sky Bandits. There was a girl named Louie, but no, too young. I figure your sister's gotta have your hair. I'll introduce you to Misha soon. I'm sure we have some time to visit anyway. Please do. In that case, we'll have to bring Tita along too. Why do we have to do that? Kind of attached to you, in case you hadn't noticed. She's been laid down if you didn't introduce you to her sister, you know. Oh, I get it. You don't want Misha and Tita to meet? What? Now I get it. They might get along together and get in trouble like Tita did with Ren, or they might get jealous of each other. With them being an older brother must be hard work. Ugh, that's what you meant. Huh? Don't worry, I'll clean up any mess that happens. Got him pretty good at Tita herding. So, go ahead and introduce the two crazy kids and I'll make sure nothing blows up. Thanks. I'll count on you for that. I did not know. Yeah, of course he was, but then he moved to the place, obviously. Late departure from the port. Yeah, of course we were on the ship before, but then we were on the ship before, but then the fog obviously made us stop in Roland. You certainly did. I remember Zozimov. You were the weird guy inside the ship, so we cannot rotate the camera. There doesn't appear to be that much around here, but I'm glad that we've managed to speak to. We're only going to Revenue. Revenue was the village, of course, and I'm guessing we're going to be going there with old Kevin, my boy. My friend of the guards, Akengate, let me tell you, the existence of the Empire weighs more heavily on the troops more than anyone else. I think I could see that's true. Let's speak to Tita. Are you still walking around? Sorta, yeah. Tita, I was wondering, did you dream at all when we were put to sleep? I did. It was a dream when Mom and Dad came home, and Mom and Grandpa got in a loving fist fight for the first time in forever. I see. That sounds like a really nice dream. Yeah. You showed up, of course, Estelle. I did? Yeah, after Mom and Dad came home, you and Joshua and Gotti all came by to visit. Then Grandpa suggested we all take a trip to the hot springs in Elmo. That really does sound like a fun dream. Now we're just gonna make that dream come true. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, she asked if we were going to arrive in the new village. I slept there once on the job. That's the guy's hometown, right? His little sister named Misha live in there. Goes back pretty often, I think. At least once a year to say hello. Oh, right. I got his little sister, huh? Must be hard for the poor girl having such an antisocial for a brother. That's not nice. A guy can be blunt, but he's also pretty nice. Yeah. He's kind of clumsy and easily embarrassed, to be honest. I bet Misha's a really good person. Whenever our guy talks about her, his eyes turn so gentle. What's wrong? Nothing. My heart just felt kind of weird for a bit. I wonder why. Somebody's a bit jealous of Misha. It would appear that way. It appears that way. I mean, it would be unsurprising. We're of course going to talk to the bombastic. Estelle, lest we return to Bose, the land laden with memories of our first meeting. It makes my heart swell to return to a place of sweet nostalgia. Shocking as it may be, I kind of have to agree in the heartwarming, swelling memories bit. Although I remember it, you were kind of rude back then. You said I wasn't attractive and made fun of me like a schoolboy. You misunderstand me, my fair rose. I would only display such cute bashful behavior in order to hide feelings of hide the feelings of love unabated. Yeah, I bet that's it, actually. You didn't waste any time in putting your moves on Shara, as I remember, or Josh. He certainly didn't, I remember that. Well, putting that aside, as you stand now, your beauty is incomparable to what it was then. Yours is a supple, healthy beauty with a maiden's gentle virtue. Indeed, you have grown, Estelle. Thank you. Though, when you put it that way, it's kind of embarrassing. Please don't say it like that. There's no shame to be had in virtue, Estelle. Still, you have only begun to climb the ladder of adulthood. Should you wish to ascend higher, I'd be more than happy to assist you. Thank you. No. If I was ever in the position to do that sort of thing, I'd be many times better off asking Shara. What a pity, the things I could teach. The Shara would be one too. Ah. I'll remind you, you have a very large stick. I do also remember the good old... To be unaware of prices. Very, very true. Bose has been peaceful for a while now, it seems. Bose Market is a dreamland for anyone who likes to shop. I vaguely remember. Very vaguely. As we have... Hello, Estelle. Hi, sure. So this is where you went. Do you want to be alone for a bit? Though, this is unlike you, Estelle. Why so reserved? You want to ask me about Nicola, right? Yeah, she says we met a long time ago, but I don't remember her at all. I was wondering what she's like, and if you could jog on my memory. Let's see, where to begin then? We have to begin with her stage name, Nicola the Bewitching Belle. Could show her audience illusions by dancing while using bells and fans, thus bewitching them, you see. Hers was the centerpiece of the performance of our little circus troupe, the one that finally brought the audiences in. Illusions. Does she use an orb? No, she uses something she always called illusion magic, which is apparently some kind of very old non-normal art. Nicola was from a family with a tradition of working with that art. Was? People who fall in travelling circus like ours tend to be one of two kinds. People who had cause to abandon their previous lives, homes and families. 1 second, guys. Anyway, or people who had never had such things to begin with. Nicola was one of the former. I was the one of the latter. I was about 7 years old when Mr. Harvey and his band took me in. Back then I was little more than a street urchin living in the slums of a city. Pickpocketing, petty theft, there was little I wouldn't do to try and survive. The ones who reached out a hand to me were the troupe's leader, Mr. Harvey and Nicola. They taught me, the little girl who couldn't trust anyone, the warmth of a family. They taught me all sorts of skills that would let me earn a place, even for myself in a troupe. Dancing, beast handling, tarot card reading. Lucina taught me all of it. But 8 years ago, Mr. Harvey died in an accident. Without his leadership, we all just drifted apart and went our own ways. I'd been planning on staying with Nicola, but as soon as Mr. Harvey died, she simply told me there is something I must do, and vanished. Hopeless and lost for the first time in years, I turned to the one remaining man in the world whom I still trusted. As you might suspect, that was Cassius, who'd already begun working as a bracer. You know the rest, I imagine. So that happened. I had no idea you'd gone through something like that. The reason I aimed to become a bracer at first was to improve myself. I wanted to be able to live and prosper on my own. Sure, Nicola had just not far I'd come once she returned. But well, it's been 8 years. Perhaps that was enough time for me to re-examine my reasons. Shira, don't make that face. As like Zin said, I don't simply intend to simply fight her without saying a word. I want to hear Nicola's story from her before doing anything. I have to know what possible reason there could have been for us to associate with the society. That sounds good. I've got your back, Shira. I can do anything I can to help. I know I can always count on you. Still, you've grown up quite a bit, haven't you, Estelle? What? That's kind of sudden. I always thought of you being exactly what I'd expect of Cassius's daughter. I don't think that's quite right or fair anymore, though. What do you mean? Your strength isn't quite the same as Cassius's. Cassius has a heart as deep as the ocean and strength like a relentless wave. But you, Estelle, your strength is like the sun. You shine and make others shine just by being near them. What? My Estelle, you shine like the sun. I think that's why people are attracted to you so easily. That's why I like most about you, and I know Joshua felt the same way. I don't think you need to feel any pressure to live up to Cassius is my point. Yeah, you realize you are my big sister, Shira. You'll always know how to encourage me. Thanks. You're very welcome. Not saying that you should return the favor, mind, but you should really drink with me sometime. Now that you're a full blazer, you can learn to handle your You better learn to handle your liquor. How is booze related to? You know what? Never mind. I don't want to know. That was nice. Good old Scheherazade Harvey. I do wonder of her things. We've got Chloe and Zin left. We can see the stuff around Roland. Let's speak to Zin. Well, Estelle, good work this time. You're really growing as a bracer. I'm still kind of a newbie, I think. It's not like I'm remotely as good as the staff as Dad. I don't think you should worry about Mr. Cassius so much. And Esther Cabeza is a master of the profession to a degree that they attain the unity of purpose. All martial artists seek after all. To be honest, I don't think I could attain such an enlightenment, even if I spent my whole life trying. I see. I admit, it's kind of hard for me to understand how incredible my dad is, but... Actually, Zin, you mentioned the whole unity of purpose idea back to Chloe at the castle. What does that mean? Yes, I did. It's kind of tough to explain, to be honest. Well, here goes. Master Cassius was once a transcendent master of the sword. He was given the title Divine Blade. Today, though he can wield a staff just as easy as the sword he spent his life training with. Why do you think that is? He practiced really hard? That's part of it, sure, but more of it is because he could instantly understand and relate the nature of the staff combat to his previous experience. Something that were beyond what we call skill, above practicing forms and reflexes, above muscle memory. Think of it as a mental state where one can grasp the true nature of all things and control them at will. The whole concept is what we refer to as the unity of purpose. The true nature of things, huh? His plan is to push back the Imperial Army during the war was the same, I'd bet. He understood the nature of war, of combat, so intrinsically, so instinctively, that he was able to construct the plan he did. There would be no one more fearsome as a foe. I get it, I think, but that means even supposedly enlightened Dad was beaten in some ways by the society. During the coup, he was lured out of the country, for starters. Yes, it's almost certainly possessed someone equal to Master Cassius. Is that whoever's law, or is the professor though? Could it be the guy we know as Laurence? He was pretty powerful. I do not know. He is incredibly skilled, sure, but I doubt he could match up to Master Cassius. Besides his chi, his soul, they do not have unity of purpose, not in the way I have spoken of. He is a blade sharpened in its one specific way, by the coldest thrust, tempered to perfection, untouched by anyone. This is a sense I got from him in the arena, at least. Yeah, I get what you mean. He hasn't shown himself, but I figure he's gotta be up to something. He did seem to have a fixation on Joshua. I'm sure that's gonna come out soon. It wouldn't surprise me if they know each other from Joshua's days in the society. Between me, him, and Scheherazade, we've gotten some strange Zeisen in a passina Gruppe. I want if this guidance of here she who dwells above. It's very true. And then lastly, Chloe. Estelle, out for a walk again? More or less. More importantly, I'm sorry. I didn't really open up about Joshua until the very end. Don't worry. Still, that girl with Joshua is one of the Sky Bandits, isn't she? Yeah, she's a cheeky little insulting punk by the name of Josetta Capua. She's the single baddest, biggest tomboy I've ever laid my eyes on. People call me a tomboy. I see. She does seem a bit charming from the photograph. Well, she's pretty cute if she keeps her mouth shut. She did manage to play the perfect upper-crust girl when we first met her, too. I'm sorry. I see. That is impressively dexterous, if I may say so. Well, it doesn't make sense, since she's apparently... Well, it does make sense, since she's apparently former Arabonian nobility. Putting on a face like that is her speciality, I think. Pull away the layers, though. She's, like I said, a cheeky little classless punk. Still, from what I've heard, I can't really find a cause to hate her. I suspect that we found a chance to talk. We might get along. Might have quite a lot in common. Yeah, I can't see that happening. We side of each other like oil and water. Personalities won't fit together. Trust me. Maybe. She knows some shit. Were you put to sleep with us back there? Did you have some kind of dream? I did. It was during the 100 Days War. During the war? That's when you were with Matron Teresa. Yes, in the care of Matron during the fighting. We lived together for some time. And... what's wrong? It's just that even though it was set 10 years ago, Clem and Jill both showed up. It's if I stayed the dream long enough, perhaps even you and Joshua might have appeared. Well, that's a dream for you. Coherence not granted. Very. Still, in hindsight, it was a little frightening, huh? In the dream, I was happy. Very, very happy. I wanted everything to stay that way from the bottom of my heart. But then it isn't right, is it? Simply wishing to escape from reality in that way. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's always nice to have a happy dream, sure. But if you asked if I wanted to see that dream again, I'd be a little hesitant. Yes. The dangers of the gospel. I feel like we got a real into them. Thank you for flying with us. We will be arriving in Bose shortly. Please be aware that there may be turbulence while landing. We ask all passengers to take their seats. As we're here in the city of Bose. What fun adventures. I'm guessing we're going to get a new team member soon. And it feels like we should have a Garte. Everyone, welcome. Good work out there in Roulette. The Silver Streak, Heavy Blade, the Immovable, a Rising Star rookie altogether. Brings a tear to my eye, does. A Rising Star rookie? You, of course. Our little walking miracle who's managed to stop the study in 4 different regions. That's been the gossip, anyway. You gotta be kidding. When I say stopped, anything is overstating. It more than a little. They just ran off with their experiments were done. You did handle yourself well in Roulette either way, Estelle. Don't sell yourself short. I think you can be a little bit proud. Yeah, but it was just a bunch of coincidences come together and... No need to get so embarrassed. You need to live up to your reputation is all. Thanks, Sid. You make me sound like a cakewalk. Anyway, aside, what's the situation here in Bose? There's no sign of society whatsoever. No purpose. No surprise, I suppose. Since the Sky Bandits were caught, the army's been patrolling the region pretty heavily. One thing sticks out, though. There've been few too many dangerous monsters sprouting here these days. Really? Yeah, I noticed that last time I was here. Bose seems to usually have more monsters in other regions. Why is that? Most of it comes down to Bose being huge and filled with rough terrain. Makes it common to see monsters come down here from less inhabited areas. Thing is, we've had 10 cases just since the beginning of the month. 10, that is a lot. I'm guessing that's kept Sting and the rest of the crew busy. Yes, and Kurt's team stopped by the other day to deal with several of them. Be in your debt if you could take care of a few of them for us as well. This strikes me as a good course of action. Is it possible the society is involved with this? Yeah, they could hurt someone if we just leave them alone, so we should get out there and hunt them down. Huh? What's wrong? What's up? You're really quiet. It's nothing. Anyway, let's go out there. Bring back some monster heads. Pardon me. Mayor Mabel, Lilia. Good day. Estelle, it's so good to see you again. I'm glad to see you as well. It's seriously been forever. I think we last met at the Queen's birthday celebrations, right? Yes, it feels like it's been ages. I've been hearing about your exploits in the news, though, Estelle. That goes for everyone else as well. I'm glad to see you're all safe. Especially you, Chloe. Are you back on school break already? I ended up taking a little time off early. It's good to see you again, Mabel. You two seem pretty familiar.
Nobel used to be a student at the academy. We met before she graduated. I'm certainly glad we met too. I see. And Agate Krasner. It's been some time, sir.
Suppose so.
Hang on, you know each other? Oh yes, I've relied on Mr. Krasner a number of times for various jobs only he could do. And 10 years ago...
Hey, Mayor.
I forgot myself, pardon me. Regardless, I simply wished to stop by and welcome you back. From the sound things, you're pursuing an international crime syndicate which threatens the safety of the entire country.
Just that little tiny thing, yeah.
An international crime syndicate? Sometimes they feel more like a society of supervillains, but that's one way to think of them, yes. As far as the city of Bose is concerned, the threat these criminals pose is not someone else's problem, it's everyone's. If there's anything I can do to assist you in the way of the investigation, anything at all, you only need to ask.
I just want to go back. I think Agate and Maybell may have been a thing.
Thanks. If you need the help, I'll definitely ask.
We'll be expecting a lot from you, Mayor.
Excellent. I'm afraid I must excuse myself. Should anything come up, please come visit. Pardon us.
I reckon Lily is badass with a blade. Come on, Agate. Can you have been a little bit more civil? It's who I am. We ain't running butler service here. Give me a break.
You can be kind of arrogant to people sometimes. He's usually polite towards clients, though. You work on a shop with the Mayor, Agate.
You're imagining things. More to the point, I remember about us bringing back some monsters. Alright, give us a breakdown.
3 cases. Blade Fang. Ghost Epitaph. And Octobone raising Hell in Ambrose Tower. Ooh, okay, got those written down.
Alright, Monster Slaying is the perfect task for my greatsword. I'll be taking charge this time.
Huh? Well, you're a Bose native, my good heavy blade. You're probably the best suited out of all of us. I have no objections.
Decided then. Go ahead and pick a team, Estelle.
You're being suspiciously gung-ho about this, you know.
Ooh, apart from the mandatory members, there's one other mandatory member, which is Chloe.
Oh, okay.
We're going for this.
Okay, so we're going all over the region to find these wanted monsters. As soon as they're here, why don't we stop at Revenue Village? Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like you're expecting something?
I do want to go see your hometown, Agate. Do you want to?
Not right now, no. We should settle our current jobs first, including hunting these monsters.
Aww. You're unfeeling Claude. Come on, Teeter. It'll literally make your head catch on fire to be nice once.
The hell do you even?
It's okay. It's only normal that we should work first. I'm sorry for prodding you.
Nah. You know, it's definitely take you once things have settled down. Just be a good girl now, short stuff.
Okay.
First things first, though. I'm gonna say, if you've enjoyed this episode, please, oh please, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time as we take on this new chapter in Bose. Peace.